Hello and welcome back to my channel of free trade analysis. If you guys are new to my channel, then please click on the subscribe button and also click on the bell icon so you guys can receive regular updates from my end. I give the best possible scenarios for the upcoming days, and our accuracy is approximately 80 to 90%, and we make good profits together. Let us start with the USDJPY analysis. And for first of all, we would like to analyze this pair as where we left off. When we were discussing this pair yesterday, the market was approximately over here, and we gave you several setups, but only one of those setups is executed perfectly. One is this risky buying setup, and secondly is this sell setup that was partially executed from here till here, and this risky buying setup was executed from here till here, and then afterwards from here till here and still running in profit. Okay, so now let us check that how much profits would we have made. Let us open the 15 minutes window so we can assume we can check that how much profit would we have made. Okay, so in terms of buying, what we have, we made a risky buy from here. Okay, we took a risky buy from here. If even if I open the 1 hour chart, you guys can clearly see that I gave you this scenario if market closed above this area, and over here that market had closed above this area. Okay, so market closed above this area, we would have entered over here. Okay, so the long position trade would be executed approximately from here, and the take profit would be approximately over here. Okay, so this would be a trade of 3%. Okay, and now let's look out at the selling scenario. We would have sold this pair when market entered this area and closed below this area. Okay, so our selling scenario would have come into play from here approximately. Our stop loss would be approximately over here, and our take profit would be approximately over here. So this is a good 1.4% profit. Okay, and now the buying setup, further buying setup that we gave to you guys was that if the market closed above this area, we could have gone long easily from here as well. So if we would enter from here, our take profit would be approximately here, and our stop loss would be approximately over here. 1.8% profit from this trade. So these are good and positive trades that we gave to you guys. Now let's check that how much that what do we have in store for tomorrow. Now let me first of all remove all the previous drawings that we have on this pair, and we can continue further with our discussion from there onwards. Okay, so let me just stretch this area and this area as areas of support rather than areas of resistance anymore. Okay, so a new area of resistance would come into play from here. Okay, this would be a new area of support, and a recent support area, or what you guys can say, a recent area of uh, recent area of selling would be this area. So I'm going to change its color to red. Okay, and now let me mark some short-term support areas. It is this. This is a good short-term support area, and another level would be marked approximately over here, and this would be marked in a red color. As you guys can clearly see, this is an area of resistance. Okay, now how do we trade if we are looking for a buying scenario? Either we wait for this level to be respected and then close above this area, we can go long from here. And if we are going to wait for this area to be tested, then we are gonna go long from here. And if we are a risky buyer, then we can go long if the market goes above this area straight away. Okay, so these would be the buying setups. Now let's see that what can happen if the market respects this area and then market goes below this area. We are going to sell this pair in that case, and if we are a risky seller, then maybe if market closes below this area, maybe we can go straight away from here. Okay, something like this. So we have to be vigilant and we have to watch it from every step and every point of view. And if somehow market enters this area, then we have to look for a good selling opportunity as well. And fourthly, these buying areas are still very much valid and they are still in play. Okay, this area as well and this area as well. Okay, now let's move on to the next pair, which is DJ Dow Jones. Now let's see that what scenarios did we give to you guys and how much of those scenarios were they executed. Okay, so when we were discussing this pair yesterday, market was over here and we gave you this buying scenario, and if you guys would have taken this trade, but as you guys can clearly see that this marked area was broken and this area very close below maybe you guys would have hit one of your stop loss on a risky sell. But if you guys can clearly see that when the market closed below this area, market did not respect this area. So this 1% stop loss would have come into play. And another okay, now we are going to wait and watch that what the market is going to do with us tomorrow. But definitely we are looking for a good selling scenario. But what I am assuming is that this area of resistance is still very much valid. And now let me just change the areas of support and resistance, and so we can have a better idea as what the market is going to do. The market is acting in a good manner. This would be an area of support and resistance. And if I am not wrong, then this area would still be valid approximately from here. But I'm going to reduce its size till here. Okay, a third scenario this is already mentioned, and if the market closed above this area, then maybe we could just simply go long from here. Okay, let's just wait and watch, and if market somehow enters this support area, then maybe we can go long from here. And on the other hand, if market goes short, then maybe we can go short straight away from here. That all depends upon the risks of the amount of risk that we are willing to take. Okay, another selling scenario that I am seeing that might come into play would be if market respects this area and market closes below this area. Okay, and now let us see that what market has in store for us for tomorrow, and let us move on to the next pair, which is the Dow Jones analysis DE30 euro. First of all, let's discuss that from where we left off, how much profit did we make. Okay, so this buying setup came into play even though it would have given a small profit, and after that this sell setup would have given us also some similarly smaller profit, but still any profit is good profit. Okay, so similarly, first of all, I would like to say this buying scenario you would have bought from here, and this would be your take profit level, and your stop loss would be approximately over here. Okay, so this is 0. No, not 0.8. This is approximately 0.9. Okay, so this is 0.9% profit in a buying scenario. And if you were a risky seller, then maybe you could have sold this pair from here. Okay, so your stop loss would be approximately over here, and your take profit would be approximately over here 1.98%, which is huge. Come on. Okay, so these two scenarios were executed brilliantly. Now let us continue with our analysis for today. First of all, I'm going to mark another support area so we can have a better understanding as to how many supports do we need to come into play. So if we are looking for a good buying scenario, then maybe we can go long once market respects this area, and then once again market closes above this area, then maybe we can go long from here. And if we are a risky buyer, then maybe we can go long straight away if market closes above this area. Okay, and thirdly, if this area is not respected, then I am going to ask you guys to lend me your car and go home. Okay, so this would be another area of buying scenario. Now let us have the areas of selling. Okay, first of all, the most recent area of resistance would be here. I'm going to change its color to red so we can have an idea. And fourthly, we could just go short straight away if market closes below this area at any given point of time. And another selling area that might come into play would be this area of interest. Okay, so let me just assume that these are the possible scenarios for tomorrow, and if let me remove these previous arrows so we can have a better idea. And I am also stretching this area so we can have a better idea as what the market is going to do. So, and another buying opportunity might arise if the market touches this area again. Okay, so we will go long from here as well. So now let's move on to the next pair, which is the Bitcoin BTC. And the BTC analysis, what does the BTC analysis say? It says that when we were discussing yesterday, market was over here, and we gave you a buying scenario. If market tests this area and close above this area, then we could go for a buy, and we could have made some good profit, approximately 1.5% or 1.3% rather. And then the selling setup we gave to you, that if market closes below this area, then as you can clearly see, if you could have gone short from here, you could have hit your first stop loss, but if you could have gone short from here, you would have made a huge profit still here until here. Approximately 2 to 4% profit would have simply come out of this Bitcoin analysis. Okay, now let me just remove the markings so we can have the further areas of interest marked. Okay, I am removing these arrows and this arrow as well. So I am assuming that the market is going to respect this area tomorrow, and market would let me. Okay, so how we are going to trade this pair would be that if at any given point the market respects this area and close above this area, maybe we could go long from here. Okay, and if we are a risky seller, then maybe we could just go sell straight away. Okay, and thirdly, if at any given point of time market respects either this area of support or this area of support. So these are the possible areas of support, and then afterwards, if market does not relax after watching this TV, then this would be then this scenario would come into play for the selling scenario. And if we were a risky seller, then maybe we could go short straight away if we were a risky seller. Okay, so these are the possible scenarios that BTC might have to deal with tomorrow. Just trade accordingly, and all the best. Now let us move on to the last pair, which is Ethereum. Okay, so what Ethereum has in store for us since we last analyzed Ethereum? The market followed this move, and how much profit would we have made from this move? As you guys can clearly see, this area is tested and market closed above this area. As small profit over here, about 20.5%. Then we would have once again closed above this area, and we would enter from here. So this would be the profit of approximately 1.7. The profit would be 2.7% from this trade. Okay, this is huge for us. Okay, if we would have sold this pair, yes, if you guys can clearly see that if we would have entered from this, sorry, long position. Okay, so our stop loss would be approximately over here. So this is a good 1.25% profit. Okay, now let us check that what the possible scenarios can come into play tomorrow. Okay, so this setup is still gonna remain valid for tomorrow as well. I'm going to reduce its size so we can have rather simpler version of support and resistance. And if we are a risky buyer and market closes in this area or above this area, then maybe we can go long straight away. On the other hand, if the market tests this recent bottom area, then maybe we could just go short, go long from here. And if we are looking for another risky sell, then maybe we can sell from here. Okay, other than that, another selling scenario might come into play. Market close below this area and respects this area again, and then market close below this area. Okay, so these would be the possible scenarios for Ethereum for tomorrow. Now let's see that what market has in store for us, and I will see you guys in the next video. Till then, please like my channel and also subscribe to it. And if you guys have not clicked on the bell icon, then please do to receive regular updates. And that's all for now. Please give me your honest feedback so I can improve further for all the possible scenarios that you guys have in mind. Okay, thank you.